One of the most important things as a final expense agent in generating leads is getting your cost per acquisition of a client down. And this is not to be confused with cost per lead. Cost per lead, cost per answering of the phone, and cost per sale are completely different metrics. So a lot of times you might think, I need the cheapest lead possible, but if the cheapest lead possible only answers 1 out of 10 times versus a lead that's more expensive that might answer 1 out of 3 times, I might want to spend more money per lead if I can get more of those leads to answer the phone, and then I can close more business because I have more people to talk to and I have more time to actually make conversations versus just dialing all day. In this video, I'm going to show you how to generate the best final expense telesales leads that you can generate. And these are not going to be the cheapest leads, but they're going to be the cheapest leads that you can generate that you can actually get a hold of. So if you go look on YouTube or go buy a course somewhere about how to generate leads on Facebook, most of the courses are going to be teaching you how to generate leads with lead forms, how to use a lead form, and that form that's auto-filled on Facebook and people submit and you get a lead. You can get leads for really cheap. You can get $2 leads, $3 leads, $4 leads. You could increase the intent a little bit and get, $9 leads. But the problem you're always going to run into is that form is so easy to submit that you could either get incorrect data, but even more of the time is people are submitting that information so quickly that they don't realize, they don't remember filling that thing out. It's so easy. I don't know if you've ever been on Facebook, you're scrolling through the feed, you see an ad, you click it, pre-populates, you're just like 2 clicks and you're done and you're out and you're on to the next one. And Facebook's really good about knowing exactly what you'll fill out. So you're going to see a similar ad from someone else potentially, and you'll be doing the same thing. And before you know it, if you're just sitting on your couch watching television or laying in bed, scrolling through Facebook, you're going to be submitting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 forms all through one period of the night. And so when you get calls the next day, you're like, okay, you're bombarded and you're probably not going to answer the phone. And that's probably exactly what's happened with seniors is they're doing that exact same thing. Now, we don't want those clients. We don't want people that are serial form fillers. We want people that actually have to click off, go to a website, fill out some information, and even if it were the same information that they would use on their Facebook lead form, they actually have to type it out, so it takes time to do it. And we're mimicking the process, and there's more activity there. So whenever we're calling them, they're going to remember actually taking the time to fill that out. And what ends up happening is over time, Facebook will know, okay, these are people that fill out forms on websites. There are far less advertisers sending traffic to a website for them to fill out a form. What we're able to do now is actually get better clients. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. We're going to go through getting a domain name, how to get that verified and approved on Facebook, how to create a pixel, and get that pixel installed on your landing page. I'm going to give you a copy of the landing page. So stay through this video. If you want to copy the exact landing page I use, and I've been using for several years now to generate leads effectively and at a high rate, I'm going to share a link with you. You can just download that for free and take advantage of all the work and testing, millions of dollars of testing on a landing page that works really, really well. It's very simple, but it's very effective. All right, so before we get started in the Ads Manager, there are a few things that we're going to have when we generate leads on Facebook using a website. So obviously we're going to have a landing page set up. We're going to need a domain name, and we're going to have to create some pixels, a pixel in our business manager. So before we get started on creating the ads and duplicating the ads and all that, I'm going to show you how to get a domain name. I'm going to show you how to link that up and get that all taken care of. All right, so on our page, we're going to go buy a domain name. The place I suggest getting domain names is namecheap.com. You always seem to have the cheapest domain names there. So go to namecheap.com, and if money is a concern, .coms can go as low as $2.98, but the cheapest domains are like .online. So suppose you want like senior life protection. So I'm going to type that in. I'm going to hit enter and search. And typically like the .com and the most popular domains are going to come up. Now, in this example, we're not really too concerned with organic traffic. We may be in the future, but right now in this example, we're just trying to most affordably get a domain name to use for a landing page. So if you are concerned and you want to build out an organic funnel, I would suggest trying to find a .com or a .org of some sort. Those are always going to be better for ranking and organically. But if you're just purely wanting to do paid ads and trying to get the cheapest domain possible, we want to see what else we can get that's cheap. And Namecheap, you can see there's tons of variations here. And so if we go to explore additional options, we can go to $2 or less here, and it's going to show us the domains that we can get that are that are inexpensive. Obviously, some of these are actually more expensive than $2, but you'll notice, like for example, this is $2.80, but the next year after that, it'll be $10.98. So we guys want to make sure that you're getting one that's cheap this year, but also going to be cheap the following years after that. They're always going to be more expensive the following year. So I always seem to believe that online here, look at this, Senior Life Protection.online, $1 a year, and $2.88 per year after that. So .online seems to be the cheapest one in my experience, but obviously there's tons of other ones here that are cheap. So let's just grab .online to make that simple. We're going to add to cart, and we are going to go check out. All right, so now that we've purchased the domain, we are going to go into manage, and we're going to have to set up this domain name. So I'm going to click manage here. That's going to take me to the DNS settings, and in here I'm going to be able to add some code in here to verify this domain on Facebook, and also to connect it to my landing page account. And so there are multiple landing page builders that you can use to generate landing page leads and website leads. If you have a Go High Level account, that's definitely valuable as well. If you want a template that I'm going to be using that looks the same as this for Go High Level, I'll link it in the description as well. But I've always found that Unbounce provides the cheapest leads. It's Unbounce, while Go High Level is really good, they're great at many different things. You have texting, email, etc. It's a great tool, but Unbounce, all they do is but all Unbounce does is have landing pages to generate leads. That's all they do, and so they're the best at what they do. And so when I want to generate leads at a high level and for the most inexpensive possible, then I'm going to go to a tool that specializes in what they do, and that's what Unbounce does. And so I use Unbounce a lot for generating leads, whether it's for YouTube, Google, or Facebook and Instagram. Unbounce is where I typically go to. I've tested them all. Tested ClickFunnels, tested Instapage, tested Go High Level. I've tested lead pages, and Unbounce has always been the best one for me. So I'm going to show you how to connect that to Unbounce. All right, and so before we get that connected, I want to show you the landing page that we'll be working with. We'll go over here to Unbounce, and this is exactly the landing page I'll be using. And so it says new 2023 benefits information, and see the way that this is designed. This looks exactly like a lead form on Facebook. And so what I found that works the best is not some fancy site. If I can make my website look native to the platform I'm advertising on, when people click a link and go to my webpage, it's going to look like it belongs on the Facebook app. And so if I can kind of mimic the look of Facebook, make it feel like it's integrated and native, I'm going to have a higher conversion rate. So the way I've designed this is I've got the similar box that Facebook has. The color of the button is very similar. I put these trust logos on. Its site is secure because it has HTTPS, and so I can put that on there. And then down here I have some terms and conditions, and also a disclaimer that this is not Facebook. So these are the necessary things. So if you want a copy of this, just click on this link or check in the description. I'll have this link or check in the pinned comment as well. I'll have a link to this where you can download this and upload it into your own Unbounce account and be able to follow this along and also use the same exact software that I'm using. All right, so now that I've purchased my domain, I need to get my domain verified on Facebook. So if I want to run ads on Facebook, Facebook needs to know that the domain I'm running ads to is owned by me. And how they do that is a few different ways. In order to figure that out, we need to go to the business manager. And so we're going to go to business.facebook.com/settings. On the left-hand side, if you scroll down here, we want to go to brand safety and suitability. There's domains, and we want to add this domain to our business manager. And so once this loads up, we can enter it in. All right, so this ad account does not have any domains yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go add, create a new domain, and then we're going to enter in the domain name that we just purchased on Namecheap. Okay, and so I'm going to pull that up here. And this domain is seniorsLifeProtection.online. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hit paste, hit add. Okay, so now it says it's added but not verified. You see this big red mark here, not verified. And so you'll see that there's 3 separate options here to verify this domain. And so we're going to pick the DNS TXT record option. So we click that. And what it wants us to do is go to our domain registrar, which is Namecheap, and enter in this as a TXT record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this to copy to clipboard. I'm going to go over to my Namecheap account, and you'll notice that I have a few options here. I'm going to go to Advanced DNS. And so once I have Advanced DNS, I'm going to scroll down. So I'm going to go to here where it says Add New Record, this red button. I'm going to scroll down for TXT record. I'm going to put the @ symbol, and then the value I'm going to paste. So just paste it in, and then I'm going to hit Save Changes. This is now entered onto there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Facebook. We're going to hit verify, and it's going to go check and see if we've added this. This typically will happen right away, but it could take several minutes. So don't panic if it doesn't verify right away. So okay, I'm going to go over here and say verify domain, and it says not verified yet. All right, so while we're waiting for this to verify, let's go get our landing page and get our domain connected to our Unbounce account, so we can connect it and get our URLs up and running, and then we'll come back here and verify it in just a bit. So that's one of the things I like to do, is I like to set something up, and if it needs to wait, we need to roll on to the next thing so we can make our time, so we can be efficient with our time. So let's go over to Unbounce, and what we're going to do is go to unbounce.com, and we're going to log into Unbounce. All right, so now I'm in Unbounce. I'm going to duplicate one of the pages. So if you already have, if you click the link in my description to get this Unbounce page, go ahead and use that. But I'm just going to duplicate a page just so I can get the exact same one we're currently using. So hit duplicate, and there we go. And then I'm going to add my domain name in here. And so how I do this is once I go to Unbounce, I'm going to click Connect a Custom Domain. I'm going to paste in this right here. So I have seniorsLifeProtection.online. So I'm going to use a subdomain, and what that means is I'm going to put something in front of it instead of just the entire domain. I'm going to put something in front of it. So instead of like a www, we're going to do like get.seniorsLifeProtection. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go get.seniorsLifeProtection.online. Hit connect. All right, boom, and it says uses entry to configure. Hit continue. And let it run through its thing here. So provider, Namecheap. I'm gonna log in. All right, so now it is configured. I'm gonna hit done, and this should clear out, and we should be good to go right here. So this says configuring. It's gonna take it a little while to configure, and once it's configured, it's gonna say working and secure. So that is good to go. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my pages. Now that we've added the domain name, we can now change the URL. So if this is your first Unbounce account, this is gonna say like Unbounce pages or U pages or something like that. So I'm gonna hit change URL. I'm going to change this to claim now. You can name this whatever page path you want. This can be like this state specific. This could be your name, whatever you want. And then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to select the domain I just got. So get.seniorsLifeProtection.online, and then the page path, and hit save URL. So OK, and apply the change. Perfect. And it's not. Doesn't have SSL yet, but it will have it here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go to my pages and make sure I get these published, and then we'll be ready to go. So this is what the page looks like. All right, and then once they submit, we have a confirmation dialog box here. This next step item is really cool. This exact setup right here generates lots of either generates lots of calendar bookings, and it also generates a lot of inbound calls. So if you click on this next step button on the confirmation dialog box, you can put in your own calendar here, and your calendar link, whether it's Go High Level or whatever it may be, or Calendly, you can put that in there. When they click that, it'll go to your calendar. If you want them to call you, you can click this action button, and you can go call a number. And you can put your phone number in there, and basically it would be a click to call button, which is also pretty cool. So For now, we're going to have it as go to URL and have it we'll go book an appointment. So we're seeing anywhere from like 30 to 40% of pre-bookings. So instead of having to call the lead and book an appointment or whatever, they'll book their own appointment for, themselves. Okay, so once that's all set, we're gonna hit save, and we are going to go out here and publish it. I'm gonna rename the page as well. Claim now. Okay, perfect. Hit publish, publish now, and publish page. All right, perfect. So now our page is published and ready to go. Let's go back over to Facebook to see if our domain has been verified. Okay, go to DNS records, hit verify. Boom, there it's verified. And we just hit done and we're good to go. So now that we've got it verified, we actually just need to connect it. So we're gonna do connected assets, add assets, and make sure we add the pages that we want to run the ads to the domain. Click add. Good to go there, and that's it. Okay, fantastic. All right, so now we got the domain connected to our landing page. We have our landing page published. We have our domain name verified within the Facebook Business Manager. One thing left we have to do is we have to connect our Facebook pixel into the landing page. And what the Facebook pixel does, it basically just allows Facebook to track the activity. So when someone clicks, so normally when you're running an instant form and someone clicks on an ad and the instant form opens up, since Facebook owns all those assets, it knows when the page is opened up. It knows whenever someone hits submit. So they're able to track that because it's all within the Facebook application. But if we're sending them off to a website, Facebook loses that control. So in order to regain that control, we have to insert a piece of code onto each of the pages that we're running traffic to. And what that ends up doing is allows Facebook to track the click. After they click it, it lets it know, hey, when did the page get viewed? When they hit submit, okay, when did they convert to a lead? And so we're just wanting to communicate that to Facebook, and how we do that is through pixel code. And there's also advanced strategies on how to do this as well. We'll go through that in a later video. But in this video, we do the simple method of just installing a pixel on the page, and it's effective. So let's go ahead and do that. And so how we do that is we go, we're going back into business.facebook.com/settings, and here we want to go to data sources on the left-hand side. And we're going to click on pixels. Once the pixels area opens up, you'll notice we have some created already. So we're going to hit add for our new pixel. We want this to be just for our final expense lead generation. And so I'm going to do final expense leads, just so I know what it's for. Hit continue. And we're going to set up the pixel now. And we're going to manually add pixel code to the website. So we're going to click on that. All right, so now it tells us, okay, we need to install this pixel. So it looks complicated, but we're going to install this code onto every page that we're going to be running traffic to. So when you send traffic to a landing page, you want it on that page. When they hit submit and it goes to like a thank you page of some sort, we want it on that page. If you want to track some calendar appointments, and you need to make sure you have a pixel on those calendar appointment pages. So we can explain that in a later video, but in this video, we simply just want to make sure we're able to track clicks and track page views and track it converting to a lead. So we're going to grab this code here, and then we're going to go back to our unbounce page. So I'm going to pull open my unbounce page. So there's a few ways of doing this, and so we're just going to do it the simple way here. We're going to go to edit on the page that we want to put the code on, and then we're going to go to JavaScript here on the bottom, and I want to click on Facebook lead tag. So if you copied this over, you'll notice that I already have some sections where you can paste this into, but you want to click in here and select all, then you're going to hit paste, and it should look just like this. And you'll notice this is the page view code, okay? So we'll hit done. And so we're not completely done yet. So this is the initial landing page. We also need it on the form confirmation dialog. So once they hit submit and it pops open, we need to make sure that we have the code on there as well to track the conversion. All right, so you'll notice here we got some other Facebook pixel code as well. So so I have a snippet here for a lead already. So I just want to make sure I grab this top piece, delete, and I paste in that exact same code that I did on the initial page, but make sure I paste it here as well. So basically I'm going to also name it Facebook Pixel Code. I want to make sure this is on the head. So make sure it says head here, and I'm going to hit done. Okay, so just to verify, we'll go back to JavaScript, Facebook lead tag. This says head as well. All right, we're good to go. And we'll hit save and republish. Okay, we'll hit continue, and then we'll have it reconnect. All right, so now we have the Facebook pixel set up. We've got to add it to the landing page. Let's make sure we connect and add ourselves to the pixel so we're able to manage it. Hit assign, done. Connected assets. Make sure we connect the ad account to the pixel. Hit done. All right, so we'll make sure we're able to use it. So we've got it set up. Now, if you ever want to test to see if the pixel is actually firing, what we can do is we can go to the Facebook Pixel Helper tool. And so where that is if you go to on Chrome, get a Chrome extension, and it's called Facebook Pixel Helper. All right, so if I paste in the URL here, it pops in. I have this Chrome extension that tells me if there's a pixel on the page. So if I click here, you'll see pixel found, page view fired. And so this is the Meta Pixel Helper. So just search for that in Google Chrome and use this to test to make sure it's firing before you start spending money on the landing page. So the page view is working. We also want to see if the lead conversion actually happens. So let's send in a test lead. Test at gmail.com, and then put in a fake phone number or put in a real phone number, whatever. 67 years old, and test, and hit next. And once this pops up, boom, we should see that a lead, so page view is still there, and also lead has come up. That means that the Facebook pixel is correctly firing, and so Facebook should be able to track whenever there's a conversion on the page. So we're good to go. Now we're ready. Now we got all the things set up. Now we're ready to go back into Facebook and get these ads set up. And so I'll show you how to set this up effectively. All right, so as you see in our campaigns here, we actually have a really successful Maps ad campaign. We also have a simple lead form that we were running, $4 lead and $3.81 a lead. So what we're going to do, we're just going to duplicate these campaigns, and we're going to run it instead of to an instant form. We're going to actually run it to a website, so we can kind of see apples to apples. The exact same ad. Are we seeing how much more does it cost to send to a website, and how much better quality the leads will be? So we'll know that answer soon. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to duplicate the simple lead form, and we're hit create campaign. And even though this was and we're going to call this FEX funnel leads. Okay, and then we're going to go to ad set. All right, we click website. Let's scroll down here, and we want maximum conversions. We're going to scroll down here. Now it wants to know what kind of conversion event we want with this final expense leads pixel. Now, if you don't see this pixel here, just make sure you rewind this video, go back to where we had to connect the pixel to the ad account that we're running it in. Otherwise, it won't show up here. And so conversion event, we want lead. Just ignore this for now. We'll take care of that at a later time. And we've already set up conversions yet. We haven't run traffic yet, so it's taking time for Facebook to recognize that lead conversion fired. And so we can ignore that, and that's okay. And we're going to scroll down here some more, and we're going to leave dynamic creative off on this. In this case, we're going to spend $50 a day. Scroll down even more. We'll have all our states selected and our ages, and then we're going to go to our leads campaign, and we are going to select our ads. All right, so we're going to keep everything the same here, all the ads and everything. And if you're curious what kind of ad you should run here, if you go to freeleadads.com, and you can get access to my library of swipe file of lead ads for final expense. If you want access to that, go to freeleadads.com, and you'll have all the images, all the copy that you need. There's several, I think there's like 40 or 50 or so, and it's continuing to grow. But if you go in there, you can get the primary text, the headline, everything else, or you can go watch my previous video where I show you exactly the ads to run to have an effective lead campaign. So just go check that out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy that right over here. All right, so I'm just going to grab that copy. And so if you just want to run multi-state instead of state-specific, you can definitely do that. We've done this in this ad, so for this test, we're going to do that. And what we do is instead of saying like Texas, we can say attention, just local seniors. We've helped thousands of seniors in the area. And then just make minor adjustments so we don't have to use the state-specific language since we have them all in the campaign. I'll copy this. The headline, instead of Texas, I can say local seniors. Same thing. No headline. And then we're going to do the Learn More button. Okay. And now as far as image goes, we can go to Add Media, Add Image. All right, so now that we've picked our image, now I don't always suggest using the breaking news one, but we can, we're going to use the breaking news image this time. We're going to scroll down, and this is where we enter our URL. So instead of going to a lead form and selecting the lead form we want and duplicating and all that stuff, we just need to grab the URL of the campaign we're running. So we're going to go back to our unbounce area and make sure we grab the correct URL. And that is this. I'm going to grab this URL, copy that over, and we're going to head back to here. We're going to paste it in. Okay, leave display link blank. You can always add a call extension button here, so this will show up on your website. So when someone's watching, you'll see that here's an example right there. So this is one benefit that if you send to a website, you're always going to have these additional things like a button for them to click the call. One benefit of having this is that you'll get inbound calls, and one disadvantage is they're going to be able to call you without submitting information. So you may not get a lead, you may get a phone call, and you won't know who it's from. So just make sure you have to make that decision for yourself. For us, I typically would want the lead first, and then asking them to call on the next page. But if you want calls from your ads, that's definitely a good option. So once you got your image selected, you've got your copy, you've got your headline, your button picked out, you put your URL in, you are ready to get and good to go. All we have to do now is hit publish. All right, so that's how you create a lead generation campaign using website and landing pages versus the lead form, the instant form. Again, whenever you do this, they have to go off of Facebook and actually fill out the form manually. And that just makes the intent of the lead a lot higher. And you actually find a different audience instead of just lead form, instant form, submission audiences where Facebook sends those, like anybody that has an instant form campaign, these people are going to be seeing those same campaigns over and over again. Whereas this is a conversion campaign using a website, and we're going to find different people that are probably not used to seeing ads as much. And we also get Instagram traffic. If you're asking date of birth on your instant form, you're not getting any Instagram traffic because Instagram does not allow date of birth on their form. So this is how you create a final expense lead generation campaign using landing pages, using Unbounce. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you guys in the next video.